it brings to the fore what could allow this thing to happen. There I could just put it in five categories. The first one is the one that Dr. Jones was talking about, where there could be a certain kind of jealousy, and it's not the normal jealousy that we are used to. It is a pathological jealousy. In our circles, we call it the Othello syndrome, where the person feels that whether they have evidence or not, they feel that the person is cheating on them, and then they feel this overwhelming jealousy, and it is so overwhelming to the extent that they might end up showing this kind of overwhelming behavior. The second one is what I was talking about already, the attachment and then gradually moving into a loss, and the person going through a certain grief and wanting to get rid of that particular problem. And like you said, some of them would even try to take their life because they feel so grieved that within them they want to just get out of the way they are feeling. So for some people, they want to get rid of themselves, or they want to get rid of the other person. The other one is the past trauma, which could be very linked to this particular case, because the individual, or let's say this policeman, for instance, or any other individual, might have gone through some trauma experience that they did not really resolve very well. And when this happens, it becomes very difficult for them to actually resolve any other future traumas. So the person says, "Yeah, I'm not going with you anymore," and they are traumatized by the entire situation, and they just don't have any form of a blueprint as to how to deal with such situations, and then they fall to some of these things. And remember, this policeman had access to a gun. Yeah. He had access to a weapon. Yeah. And the moment they are able to resolve, they're able to find a way of dealing with it, they fall on the one that comes to them naturally. If I may bring that.
Is it easily or naturally?
Well, easily. Because I say much, I was using naturally because that's what he's been trained to do. Every day he goes to work with a gun and all. So for him, it becomes something like a natural thing that he's doing. And so,
but you don't get to fire that gun every day.
You don't get to. But they are told that when you are faced with a very serious situation, then you do that.
You need to defend yourself with a weapon.
Yes.
In this instance, what are you defending?
You see, when I was describing how the person feels, the loss the person feels, they get into a particular phase. Their feeling is just like they don't know what to do again. They have to escape. Normally, we call it an escape. So they have to escape. How do they escape? They have to find a means to escape. In their mind, that's how it plays.
So what do they derive from such acts? So you've killed this lady, and so what? What do you gain?
Normally,
what do you derive?
Normally, when the person has gone through that particular process and have actually manifested a particular behavior and had settled, when you get heightened emotionally at a certain point and you settle, that's when you realize that all your senses come back to you. Right now we have decriminalized suicide.
Back to factory settings.
Let's be serious.
So you have decriminalized suicide right now. Yes. The argument was that at the point where the person is thinking to take their life, they are not thinking straight. At the point this person had a gun with him and is thinking about all the investment they've made with this person, or the time,
or the fun time, or
all of those things,
and somebody else is going to enjoy it.
Exactly, they are not thinking straight. So they would end up exhibiting a behavior that is catastrophic like this one.
But he said he was going to kill himself.
Oh yes.
Shame on him. He wasn't able to do that.
Of course, sometimes that wasn't his plan initially. That could not be his plan. His plan was to get out of that situation. And when he had done that, the choice he made, now he's settling down. He realized that this one I can't get out of it. Then the second phase comes. Now I have to take out my life, and then it takes some process.
Yeah.
And I don't think he had the time to go to that process, and then he was arrested. Okay. You see, but then there is another one. There is a bigger one that everybody seems to go. And I realized that Dr. Jones was talking about it. A mental health issue can also cause this.